Everyone. Just wanted to invite you to my flow workshop that's going to be tonight. In about 10 minutes, we're getting started here at Casamana Bliss Flow Social. This is our second Flow Social hosted by Florida Flow Fest. And Cassandra is both Cassandra and Hawk, amazing community curators. Thank you, Cassandra, for putting this event together, our second Flow Social. Check out Flow Fest, which is going to be in South Florida every January, and they also have them all over the state and all over the country. And this is going to be our 60th Flow Fest coming up here shortly. And I'm so proud of the community as it continues to grow. You'll see in just a moment what we're up to out here. And I'm going to be teaching the fundamentals of flow performance class tonight, where I'm going to go over 6 fundamentals that will expand your game when it comes to flow arts. So whether you are an absolute beginner or whether you are an advanced flow artist, come check it out, and welcome to the Flow Social. All right, hopefully this mic works and you'll be able to hear me the entire time. And we should be getting started in just a second. I am ready for you whenever you are.
I'm ready for you.
Absolutely.
I am 10 minutes behind today, apparently.
Yes. I was actually semi-purposely 10 minutes behind. Yes.
Brilliant.
Tiffany just walked in the door.
Oh, wonderful.
All right, Fundamentals of the Flow Workshop will begin shortly. I think I'm going to get equipped with a microphone so that everybody can hear me, and we'll see how this wonderful event goes. I'm excited to be sharing these fundamentals with you all, and to be honest, having hello, beautiful. How are you? Baby girl firecracker.
Firecracker?
I don't know what it's saying.
Firepower.
Firepower. Is that your baby girl firepower right there? Pew 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 pew. Yeah, we're live right now.
Hi.
This is Tiffany, my unhinged partner. Follow her at Tiffy Unhinged.
Dot.
Tiffy.unhinged.
Dot.
Oh, that's weird.
We've got a 30-minute play shop led by Jake the Jedi on fundamentals of flow performance.
Hello. Sweet.
You're good to go.
Awesome. Who needs a mic when you're loud as heck? So, if you want to be part of the workshop, raise your hand. Cool. Do you guys in the corner want to be part of the workshop? Sweet. This is an all props workshop, so you can bring whatever prop you want. And I thought about it when I said that, and I realized after seeing you juggling some juggling balls, I don't know how this applies to juggling. So you can try, but it applies to every other prop. So I have started with poi, and this is where I'm going to start my game today. So So if you'd like to go equip yourself with a pair of poi, and if anybody spins poi at all, you can equip yourself with a pair of poi as well. This applies directly to rope dart. This applies very directly to dragon staff and staff. And one of the reasons I teach this class is because I haven't seen anybody else teach all props classes yet. And some of the fundamentals of what I teach here don't just apply to how to practice in the mirror, they really apply to how to perform and how to take up space. So I'm going to give you 6 principles, and you don't have to remember all 6 because I did make a printout that it's 2026. I didn't print it out. I just posted it on my social media. So you can follow me at Jake the Jedi to find the printout that has all the fundamentals.
Save trees.
Yes, and save trees. So many of the people who have spun poi before know Nick Woolsey, Play Poi. He is a legend in the poi community. So if you do want to learn poi and that's something that interests you, check out Play Poi. I believe he's still at playpoi.com. But you can look up the Play Poi Beginner Series, which is completely free and walks you through a ton of the stuff that goes super techie up to what he's doing right now and starts at super fundamentals. So today,
He's a really good teacher.
he's a phenomenal teacher. I take some of the principles that he has and I give them different names because I think that the performance framework needs a slightly different orientation than just planes. So the first thing you learn when spinning poi typically is planes. It's like a wall. You got a wall in front of you. You can spin anywhere on the wall. You got a wall above you that's called ceiling plane. You can spin however you want on the ceiling. You got floor plane, which is down here. So the first thing I teach in this fundamentals class is called train tracks. So if you're my audience right here with the Casa Mana Bliss sign in front of me, train track number 1 is in front of me. And it helps you get an orientation on how to have straight lines and clean lines. Train track number 2, your brain's not going to like it. It is behind you. So you can spin wherever you want behind you, and that takes a lot more practice. Train track number 3 and 4 are on your right and left. They're interchangeable. I like to say train track number 1 is always facing the audience in front of you. 3 and 4 are kind of irrelevant unless you also have an audience over here, which is Alex.
Hello.
The reason I use train tracks instead of planes is planes are where you spin your poi. Train tracks are where you move your feet. So as you learn how to keep the same exact line while your wheels are spinning this way and now your wheels are spinning this way, you start learning how to take up more space. So number 1 is train tracks. At the end, I will circle back to train tracks and give you an exercise that your brain is not going to like, but your body is going to get used to it. So, train tracks. That makes sense to everyone? You're kind of standing in a hashtag. You've got these here, and you've got these here. And the reason I do that is it helps you get really clean lines. This is the third rail. Like if you know anything about trains, sometimes the third rail is like where all the electronics hook up. So you got outside rails 1 and 2. And if you shorten the poi by putting them over your fingers, sticking 2 fingers out, and then you can pinch wherever, you can spin in between. So that's your third rail here, where you're doing funky isolations. I can't isolate still. 10 years into poi, and I can't isolate. Yes, I've heard. I know. I can do cool things like this, but I can't isolate. It's what it is. What it is. Stir the soup. Just pour the soup on me. I'm fine.
This is what I want to know.
Oh, yeah. All right, yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
That's all we needed.
Number 1 is train tracks. Super simple. You got train tracks here, and your wheels are moving forwards. If you stop and reverse them, your wheels are moving backwards. The reason this is great for performance is because, again, if the Casa Mana Bliss sign is my audience, when you take up space like this and you move this way, and you start moving the other way, it looks really good just by taking up space. You can do the same simple thing that you know how to do if you can do a basic weave or even just keeping them on your sides. It makes the performance more dynamic. And the second thing I will show you is speed. If you can do it fast, learn how to slow down. Also, if you get bored with anything that you're doing, the slower you go, the more playful and sensual it looks when you're spinning. So I think that my poi performance started with me learning how to whip them around and go crazy and have a good time. That's fun. But you end up out of breath. And I believe that slowing down and breathing is a huge part of the flow arts process. A lot of performance artists forget to breathe while they're performing. I think it's very important. So number 2 is speed. Number 3 is semi-associated with speed, but it's called stalls. So you can get fancy stalls like this, which are a lot harder, but super simple stalls are still anywhere that the poi are going to stop. Stalls kind of start at what you call pendulums. So you don't have to spin circles all the time. Circles are fun, especially for Cassandra, because she spins almost exclusively circles. But, I mean with the hula hoops. But pendulums are a huge part of what I'm up to in my flow arts. So you'll see me doing stuff like this, where you're not really doing all that crazy motion. You can also shorten them up all the way. And pendulums and stalls also are what I call static flow. This doesn't necessarily have to move. You can move with it. So something that is very dynamic, if you already know how to dance, a lot of people are like, I don't know what to do with my poi. Your body already knows. I think the brain overthinks it. When people ask me if I hand them a lightsaber or a staff or a poi, they're like, show me something. My answer is typically no. I will straight up say, your body already knows, but your mind is overthinking it. So just move. The body knows it has certain ways to move. So this is static flow. Whether they're hanging in your hands, whether they are penduluming, you don't have to do circles all the time. And it makes it, when you do circles, that much more fun. If you work with stalls at all and you want a tip to get cleaner stalls, my tip for stalls is act like there's a bucket on the ground and you're dropping it into the bucket. And the mental vision with taking the poi, bringing it up and around and dropping it straight down helps get a cleaner line for your stalls. And once you get that as a foundation, when people want to get stalls like this, I actually just say act like there's a bucket on the ceiling, which is a weird thing to think about. But if you're spinning and you're like, all right, there's a bucket up there. I want to get it in the bucket up there. I want to get it in the bucket over there. On that note, back to train tracks, there are 4 different modes of poi. I usually skip over this because one of the 4 modes I very rarely use at all. You've got same time, same direction, self-explanatory. And I act like there's a drum here and a drum here, if you want to get your beats clean. So you're hitting 2 drums. Now, same time, same direction backwards. You act like there's drums over your shoulder to get those clean lines. And once you're spinning the circle, you don't actually have to spin a circle anymore. It's very interesting the way the momentum works. You can go straight up and down, or left and right. It still spins the circle. You don't have to think about spinning a circle. Just fun fact. You got same time, same direction, front and back. You got split time, same direction. You're hitting the drum one after the next. And then you've got opposite time, same direction. So they're spinning in opposites. I'm going to do them on train track number 1 in front of me. It's just easier. And that leads into things like hip reels, where one goes behind you and one goes in front of you. And this looks really easy. This is actually the move that got me into flow arts to begin with. I saw somebody doing this, and I saw somebody doing this. And I'm like, I want to learn how to do that. And that's why I learned. I saw somebody spinning actually these exact pod poi on rainbow mode doing this. And I'm like, that looks way too easy. I'm sure I can do that. And it took me 2 years. So number 1, we got train tracks. Number 2, we got speed. Fast and slow. When you slow down enough, if you're using the speed, you end up back in static flow and pendulums, because you need a certain amount of speed to get a full circle. Number 4 is elevation and levels, where you come back to that ceiling plane and that floor plane. A lot of people love my flow because I get super funky with it. I'm like, so to get dynamic with your flow, change your elevation, change your speed. These are all things that are just like meters. You can turn them up, you can turn them down. They're like dimmers. You can speed up, you can slow down. You can spin high, you can spin low. And it all comes together to make a really great performance. Or video if you're posting it on social media or whatever the deal is. Bosses is not part of the workshop, but they're also very fun to work on. Probably not here because they might go flying, but do as you wish, just to be safe. The next thing is using your space. So this is when train tracks become moving your feet. So the planes is where you spin your poi. For me, when I'm doing a flow performance, let's say you guys are my audience, I'm going to be like up at the edge of the performance. If I know people, I will be around them. I will try to use every bit of space that I have available to me. So I will actually come around and be at the edge. Because then you get audience interaction points, and that's a lot more fun. Oh no, my balls hit your balls! Actually, it really got it. I didn't expect it to grab so well.
Yay!
Another fun way to practice your train tracks is if you have someone you trust, like my partner. Come stand in center with me. You start getting really good train tracks when you know you don't want to hit the person you love. Unless they're into that kind of shit. So, we have train tracks which attach to planes. We have speed variability. We have elevation variability. Anybody remember number 4? Elevation, height levels, stalls. So you have stalls and static flow, which can be like this. It can be pendulums like this. One of my favorite pendulums that I never thought about until I saw somebody do it is behind the head. It looks really clean, super easy. Just out, back behind the head. Looks like you know what you're doing when it's actually pretty simple. So instead of the circle that you spin in here, let it go just out this way and then back. Yep, just like that. That is 5, and number 6 is space usage and audience, so I combined 2 together. So that is actually all 6. Is there any questions on how we can apply these to our flow? Yes. So while you're on train track number 1, not on ceiling plane, it's really easy to try to do it like this, but you want to be here on train track number 1. You bring it to train track number 2, and bring it straight behind the head. So with both moving, that can look like that. So you go out to one side. That's basically fundamentals of flow. My goal is to not, in my flow arts, I don't drill moves. I don't drill, I want to learn how to do flowers or butterflies or whatever. Like I do know some moves, and I know the names of some moves, like this is called the butterfly. But ultimately, I don't do or drill moves at all. I've been flowing for 12 years, and I just flow. Oh, number 6, I know what it is. It's musicality. If you know musical, what's the word? What's the timing word on musical stuff? Those things. If you know rhythm and tempo, which I clearly am not a music person. Thank you, my music people. If you know rhythm and tempo, if you're spinning to the rhythm, you can cut the rhythm in half and still be spinning to the rhythm, just slower. So this is still with the music. And this is more application. I guess, I don't know. Yeah, I can do that. I will show you with this song how to apply musicality and slow and fast and high and low. And it really comes down to the energy that you use, because sometimes when you're spinning, you're like, I'm more tired today, and you want to do more pendulums or spin in circles, and you're not whipping the pulley around as much. They're kind of just doing what they want to do. Also, sometimes I'm bored, and I'm like, I don't really want to be all over the place. I worked a lot today. I just want to spin like this. And you start learning how to use your space slightly differently. Yes. Ultimately, if you can spin slow, you can spin fast well. If you can spin sitting down, you can probably spin on your feet well. It's just different things to make people more comfortable. Accessibility. There you go. Now, the last thing, which is an exercise mostly specifically for poi, and my brain did not like this exercise because it's disassociating your right hand from your left hand. And it seems really easy, and you can do it with me if you want, or you can just like listen and pay attention, because I find when people try to copy me as I do it, they end up losing me somewhere. So first, you're spinning same time, same direction. This will bring you through all 4 modes. So you're spinning same time, same direction. You're going to pendulum your dominant hand and bring it to a stop. So that will teach you to separate the motion between your right hand and your left hand. Now your non-dominant, which is my left, will continue spinning. I'm going to take my dominant hand and reverse it. So now you are in same time, opposite directions. Now you're going to do the same thing with your non-dominant hand. You're going to keep your dominant hand spinning backwards while your dominant hand will stop and come to a pause at your left, if your non-dominant hand is your left. Now you're going to bring both of them to be spinning backwards. And then you're going to go back to doing the same thing. So again, you're going to pause this side, and you're going to bring it forwards, and eventually we'll pause the other side and bring that forwards. Which seems really easy in theory, where you're like, I'm going forwards. I'm stopping this hand and reversing it. I'm stopping this hand and reversing it. I'm stopping this hand and reversing it again. I'm stopping this hand and reversing it again. It seems easy in theory, but ultimately, your left hand tends to follow what your right hand does if you're right dominant or vice versa. So separating the two. Yes, it is exactly like doing that. Like, some people can do it. I'm not very successful at doing it. To be able to do flowers and extensions at the same time, like it's like trying to pat your head and rub your belly, or rub your head and pat your belly. It's just disassociative. That is the exercise that brought me from not really knowing how to spin. And the reason that applies with this exercise here is when you feel like you're bored of doing same time, same direction, and you can do a pendulum, and now you're going split time, same direction, and you can do a pendulum, and now you're back into same time. This one move, where my dominant hand will pendulum out and reverse, is the foundation of so much of my game. Like, it's just literally, I'm just alternating which hand does a pendulum. I go from a weave, pendulum out, right hand is now penduluming each time, now left hand, now right hand, now left hand. And if you can move your feet while you're doing that. And that is why train tracks come in handy, so you can get your planes clean and not whack yourself in the face while you're spinning around. And ultimately, that's about it. I tried to keep today's class super laser and teach fundamentals that will apply whether you know nothing about poi or a ton about poi, and they can apply to other props as well. Quick recap. Number one is train tracks. Using your train tracks to move about your space is fun because your wheels are moving forwards. Now you learned your stalls and your wheels are moving backwards. You can make your wheels move from side to side. Getting this transition between train track 3 and 4 and train track 1 and 2 is also a really clean way to start learning new things. Even if you're just standing in one spot, getting the transition from here to here is very weird. The brain doesn't know what it's doing until you start learning that. Recap for levels: spinning high, spinning low. Traditionally, those are called floor plane and ceiling plane. Oh, actually, I forgot one thing. I like to call that one inner space and outer space. Inner space is spinning close to the body. Outer space is you got to start paying attention to your surroundings, which is why I call it outer space. Extensions, popping things out to the side, popping things up and down. So those are things where you need to start paying attention to your environment and your space. So we got train tracks, which correlate with planes in Nick Woolsey's teachings. We've got speed, variability. We've got elevation, variability. We've got static flow, pendulums, and stalls. All of those are kind of levels bouncing off of each other. Static is the easiest because you're just moving it around like this. Pendulums start getting a little bit more complex, and stalls become a whole new game of things that you can do. We got space usage. When I'm performing, I literally I'll be doing like some inner space stuff. I'm like flowing within my own space. I'm just having fun. And then I will dynamically make a shift. I'll be like, I feel bored with what I'm doing. Now I'm going to start flowing around the edge. And I'm going to start hanging out with my friends over here and making eye contact and being funky and weird. And then you're like, all right, I feel like I'm bored again. Like, all right, now I'm going to get on the ground. So it gives you a range of things to shift through as you flow. Audience interaction. I think that's it. I did the full recap, right? Yeah. Huh? Oh, musicality. I mean, learn a beat And if you feel like you're going, I feel like sometimes I spin Poi to fast music and I get exhausted. I'm like, oh my god, I'm spinning to the beat. And learning how to cut the beat in half and do the same thing to the fast beat and do it slowly, that's where I think Poi starts becoming an art form. And, oh yeah, levels and getting funky with it. So you got train track number 1 and 2, train track 3 and 4. You got height up here and down here. Got speed with dynamic flow and audience interaction.
All right, we're going to bump the tune. Thank you, Jake the Jedi.
Oh yes, follow me on Instagram at jake.thejedi. You can just type in Jake the Jedi, I'll still pop up. You'll see my logo with a lightsaber in one hand and a fire sword in the other. You can also follow me at Steeping Sensei, which is probably where this is live streamed right now. I will also have on my Jake the Jedi account, I'll have a little paperwork that you can look at that will give you the numbers and give you the breakdown of each of the things we just learned. If you just joined, just check out my Instagram, Jake the Jedi, and it'll go over all the things we taught inside of the class just a moment ago. And thank you all for hanging out with me.
Thanks, Jake.
Whee! Jake the Jedi on Instagram.
Oh, it's on Instagram.
J-A-K-E.
Oh, I thought you said you had a paper.
Oh, no, I didn't print anything out.
No, it's okay.
I can send you an email with it. That's preferable for you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll have all that in the email, right?
Oh yeah, I've got a.
Do you have tutorials on there?
Bye, friends.
You've got tutorials.